So everyone's talking about the convention. Don't worry, I'm going to kind of stay away from the topic because I choose not to watch all of it. The sound bites are more than enough, but it appears Joe got the last laugh. Did you see the platform that the Democrats released? The 2024 platform? To be more specific, the one to be voted on at the convention? I told you, Joe's last laugh, or the DNC's last laugh. But there's no question they're laughing at one person, because the person blindsided by this was Kamala Harris. I'm going to explain all the details of this story in just 1 minute. Before we get started, please, as I ask every broadcast, I want to make sure you're still subscribed. If you think you are, double check. If you're new here, I'd love you to subscribe. As everyone knows who's already a portion of the audience, we reference and research everything, not just talking heads here. This is what we do at Restricted Republic. It's why we created our own platform with exclusive content. That's your means of supporting me. I need you to get there today. Use discount code INDEPENDENT, monthly checkout. That'll get you $4 a month for 2 years. Best part about it, you can cancel anytime. Lisa Haven and myself broadcast all our videos, no matter what platform they're on top of the exclusive content you can only find there. It's news that makes a difference, and that's why so many have joined. We want you to be a member of the RestrictedRepublic.com family today. But now let's get back to this broadcast. So as I mentioned prior to the break, the DNC has released their 2024 party platform to be voted on at the convention, released on August 18th of 2024, 1 day before the convention. Now it appears the only person who knows that Biden's not running must be Kamala, because this document states something entirely different multiple times over. The document itself, 92 pages, 24 Democratic Party platform. And so we roll into it. Well, we meet in Chicago. Just want to put the time essence around this. This is how current it is. They had time to edit while we meet in Chicago. We also recognize and honor the traditional homelands of the Anishinaabe. Also, no. Just want to put a timeline on this. While we meet in Chicago, they had time to edit that, but that's almost where the edits end. Because this document is either utter incompetence or a slap in the face of Kamala Harris. And why do I state that? This election is a choice between two very different economic visions for America. Donald Trump, who sees the world from his country club at Mar-a-Lago, and Joe Biden, who sees it from his kitchen table in Scranton. I thought Kamala Harris was the candidate. This document says something entirely different multiple times over. Why would you release your platform and not change things to say Kamala Harris? And it doesn't, time and time again. So I'll go through examples. You see how many times Biden's name is listed in here, but it gets far worse. In a second Biden term, I'm going to show you how many times this is stated. The Democrats either have the worst editors in the living universe, or this was all rushed through so quickly that they're going to claim they didn't have time to edit it. But a quick find and replace could have fixed all of this. They chose not to do it, in my opinion. Going on. In a second Biden term, we'll make the Navigator program permanent and include new lender. And they go through every initiative, every Biden initiative. So even if you claim this is for Harris, that means the Harris administration will be nothing less than a carry-on of all of Biden's policies. President Biden's plans will cut taxes for the middle class and low income, and will finance those cut by Biden's plans, not Kamala's plans. I'm going to show you how many times this is said. Trump doesn't care. He slashed the corporate tax rate to 21%, down from 35%. President Biden will raise the rate back to 28%. Well, he could have done that already. The only way he could do that is to run again. It's their document, not mine. And Biden will double the tax rate. Oh, it gets more direct than that. These are the looser references. President Biden's plan will let families go, will let. Not could have, not is, will. future tense, multiple times over and over. President Biden will keep calling those companies out for price gouging and hold them accountable. But I thought Kamala's plan was to hold companies accountable for price gouging. You see, I'm so confused. I guess they're completely interchangeable because whoever wrote this document has the same script for either Biden, who they say is running for a second term, or Kamala Harris, the coordinated candidate. President Biden set an ambitious goal to reach net zero emissions by 2050. I guess he's going to continue on with that also. President Biden, Vice President Harris, and Democrats know that democracy has always been America's sacred cause. That's what the 2024 election is all about. The election of President Biden and Vice President Harris, or the re-election. Now let's get a little bit more direct. In President Biden's second term, the issues make no difference because they haven't changed. It's the same platform as it always has been. And in his second term, President Biden will continue. You think that's it? Can I tell you it's over 10 times? Over 15 times? In President Biden's second term, move down in the document. This is only page 65 in President Biden's second term. Who gave authority to release this? Why would they release it? During President Biden's second term, continue forward a little bit further. When a second term in office, with a second term in office, President Biden will continue to work to prevent cancer. Can't make this up. This didn't take a whole lot except to read the DNC's 2024 platform. In his second term, it goes on. In his second term, also will remain steadfast. Continue forward. President Biden has never and will never turn his back on our military. In his second term, he will continue to invest and upgrade. I guess somebody didn't tell the DNC that Harris is the appointed candidate now. Either that or they're just trying to embarrass Harris entirely. Mock her. Maybe why she doesn't answer questions. Oh, that's right. She has a fear of public speaking. That's the cover story they're putting out there. Second term is mentioned in this document 19 times. 19. Not once, not twice. 19 in its entirety. Harris's name is mentioned 32 times. Biden's name mentioned 287. Second term, 19. The 2024 Democratic Party platform. Now, what does this tell you about the whole of governments or Democrats in general? Were they simply too lazy to do a find and replace? Did they choose not to do a find and replace? Maybe they know something we don't. Or was things just rushed along so quickly that the few minutes it would have taken to hit find and replace, they didn't even have time to do that? I'll tell you what their story is, because they state a little bit more later. Or actually, let's go to this. DNC releases 2024 party platform, where we started, where the link to this document resides. They state the platform was passed by the platform committee on July 16th. Now, to me, that's over a month ago, prior to President stepping aside or being pushed aside, however you want to term it. It makes a strong statement about the historic work that President Biden and Vice President Harris have accomplished hand in hand and offers a vision for a progressive agenda. No, it offers a vision for Biden's agenda. So much so that they didn't even take the time to replace Biden's name with Harris. But I guess that's just the state of the Democrats in its entirety, isn't it? No matter what screenshot you watch, no matter what you listen to, they're accidentally telling you all the truth here. This by John Daniel Davidson. A Harris administration would simply be a second Biden term. Accidentally, the DNC has told you the entire truth of exactly what they're going to do. They're just continuing Biden's presidency through somebody called Kamala Harris. Plain and simple. Which in fact would be a rule by the state administrative bureaucracy that had been running the country since Biden took office, because Biden, after yesterday, will more than likely now disappear into the woodwork. He's immediately going on 2 back-to-back vacations. So if he's not running the country, who is? Kamala Harris won't take a question, won't face questions, because every time she answers, well, you know what you get. And the DNC just proved again exactly what you're going to get in their 2024 party embarrassment platform. An absolute disaster. Biden's running for a second term. I guess the only person who didn't know that was Kamala, who got blindsided by her own party. And that will be just the beginning of the disaster that we're going to continue to watch unfold. I love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justus Knight, signing out.